Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Mr. Prime Real Estate, Ric Davis.
And I'm your host, the Texas Real Estate King, LarryWBrooks.
Every week, the King and I will provide you exclusive access to our network of lenders, investors, and real estate professionals from both the commercial and residential real estate sectors.
Now, are you millionaire minded? Or maybe you're a millionaire in the making? Make sure that you subscribe so you can get connected to the network. And always remember, the Prime Real Estate Network, where millionaires are in the making.
Create wealth for generations.
What's up, Prime Real Estate Network listeners? It's your man, LarryWBrooks, aka the Texas Real Estate King. Hey, when you get a moment, go ahead and go over to shoplwb.com. You can see the Pure Hustle merchandise that we had over there, some of our newer items that we have in stock, and of course, I got all the books that I've authored. I'd love for your support. You have a great day.
Happy holidays. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network Live. I'm your host, Ric Davis. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can follow me and message me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. Man, it's great to be here with you, man. It's great to bring in the year 2025 here with everyone at the Prime Real Estate Network. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone in the audience checking us out now on the live stream on YouTube and Facebook. Man, get involved in today's episode. Leave myself, the Texas Real Estate King, or this week's guest, a relevant real estate question in the comment section. And you never know, we may very well be able to answer your question on today's show. Man, I'm really excited because today we are going to introduce the Prime Real Estate Network audience to one of the foremost real estate investment experts in the great state of Texas, and especially here in the city of Houston. And more importantly, we want to give everyone in the audience the opportunity to say yes to real estate. If you haven't said yes to real estate, when you hear from today's guest and have an idea about his platform and his movement, you will definitely decide to say yes to real estate today. Man, I want to take a little time to introduce this week's guest. Like I mentioned before, he is not only a mentor, an educator in the real estate space, but he's also an entrepreneur and a realtor. I want to thank him so much for sitting in on the Prime Real Estate Network Live. I'd like to introduce to our audience, Mr. Andre Beraud. How are you?
Let's go. Let's go. Ric.
Hey, Dre, man, thank you so much for sitting in, brother. Man, we out here, man. How you been?
Doing well, doing well. First of all, for the millions of people who's watching and listening right now, Ric, Larry, thank you guys so much for having me on this platform and speaking to the millions of people who's on your network. And I'm super excited to be here, Ric. Also, Ric, I want to thank my wife, Joanne Beraud, my kids, Chase and Scholar, the team members of Yes to Real Estate, Jennifer, Diamond, and Ashley Wiltz. Thank you guys so much for what you do. There's nothing like having a strong support system. And that was the main reason why I joined Brooks and Davis, to have that strong support system with the leadership of Michael and Larry. Thank you guys so much, and the whole family.
You know, man, I want to thank you so much for carving some time out your schedule to sit in, Dre, man, because in the year of 2025, one of the foundational goals of the Prime Real Estate Network is to create more millionaires this year than any other time as far as our organizational history. We want to help educate those who want to create generational wealth. And that's why having you on as the first guest of the year 2025 is so crucial and so special. So once again, thank you so much. Dre,
Yes.
For those who are being introduced to you and say yes to real estate as an organization and a movement for the first time, could you just talk about the organization, introduce yourself, and talk a little bit about why this movement and why this is so important to you?
Yes, no, great question, Ric. So my name is Andre Beraud with Yes to Real Estate. My wife and I are the co-founders and co-owners of Yes to Real Estate. And Yes to Real Estate was birthed out of necessity. Say necessity. Yes. I see your Facebook Live. I see your YouTube Live. Necessity, right? So When I got started in real estate 6 years ago as an agent, I realized in my first 2 years, I only did 2 deals in my first two years, right? And then as I started selling more homes, I realized that I really didn't control my inventory. Well, Dre, what do you mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. As an agent, realtors, you are only good as your next deal, right? So helping people buy and sell, or if a person's not happy with you, you get fired a lot too. So I told myself, how can I be a top producing agent, but still control my market share and my own inventory? So 2 years ago, we started building and doing new construction and doing flips. And that was birthed out of necessity, right? But we didn't just start doing new construction and flips without mentorship. So I paid my mentor $40,000 to teach me how to build. Say, teach me.
Teach me.
Yes. I see you Facebook Live, YouTube Live. And so I realized that I didn't know anything about rehabbing or new construction. So I had to get the mentorship, pay for the mentorship. Now, 2 years later, we are teaching and edifying and building up other people on teaching them how to build right now, which we are right behind one of our new construction projects now. So we are live and real in the field.
Now, Dre, the project that you're standing in front of, could you share with our audience the area, where that is, what county, and why was that area advantageous for you and your partners as far as construction and investment?
Now, great question, Rick. You came with some heavy hitter questions this morning or this afternoon, Rick. So we are live here in Frenchtown, Fifth Ward. Frenchtown, Fifth Ward, right? Fifth Ward have like 4 different pockets, right? You have the East River District, you have the Lowndes Avenue, then you have across the street of 59, another part. But then you have here between Jensen, Liberty Road, and Collinsworth, Frenchtown, Fifth Ward. So what makes this area so great is that people from New Orleans or Louisiana begin to move towards Houston and begin to settle here in this pocket area, hence the name Frenchtown, Fifth Ward. Well, also what's great about this area is that I grew up here, right? I used to walk the same street that I'm walking now to build new construction to go to school. The same street that we on now, I used to see my mom do drugs. The same street that we on now, I used to see the drug heads and the drug dealers sell to my family members as I was walking past them to go home. So Frenchtown, Fifth Ward has heart and value for me because of what it did to me, right? So as growing up here, everything that I knew around here was linked up to poverty, right? Lack, not enough food, not enough love, right? And I told myself this, that once I make it out, I wanted to come back here and cause change. So we bought our first rental over here in Fifth Ward, and then we began to buy land here, right? And I tell my students, my mentees, that you want to buy in areas where the cats and dogs are still walking themselves. I'm gonna let you marinate on that a little bit. You want to buy in areas where the cats and dogs are still walking themselves. Well, Dre, what do you mean? Well, as soon as someone is behind that cat and dog walking them, that means it had made a transition to where the opportunity to make money in that area is very slim to none, right? So you want to be one of the pioneers, and we are here. We are one of the pioneers to first start coming and build in Frenchtown, Fifth Ward, and now it's a lot of other builders coming. So that's why I chose Fifth Ward, because it has a place in my heart, but also the cats and dogs are still walking themselves.
No, thank you so much for your transparency and candor, because I know a lot of times, especially in the investment space, the information you shared, the strategy behind the investment is things that people invest tens and thousands of dollars to learn. And one of the great things, Andre, is that you mentioned what type of investment you put forth into yourself to get education. And as I've known you, worked with you, followed your movement, the great thing about it is that you provide that same education at the fraction of a price.
Yes.
So could you talk about your investor seminars, some of your outreach to the community as far as education, to say yes to real estate mentorship programs? Could you just share with our audience the amount of outreach and community service and things like that that you invest into building your brand and your business?
Yes, yes. No, great question, Rick. So years ago, maybe 3 years ago, we started the Yes to Real Estate field trip, because the one thing I realized very quickly is that it wasn't a lot of people out here wanted to give information. Now, here's the thing. I didn't want free information. I was willing to pay. I just wanted some great information. And nobody was willing because of the crab in the bucket mentality, right? So we started a Yes to Real Estate field trip to where we pop up at one of our construction sites, and we show up on a Saturday under a shade tree, and then we begin to preach the gospel of real estate, right? We begin to share real estate, have other speakers come and talk about it. And so it grew from my son and I, Chase, from him and I, then it grew to 5 people, then 10 people, then 15, then 20, then 30, right? And then all of a sudden, I got burnt out. Say burnt out.
Burnt out, no doubt.
Right? So I began to realize very quickly, I cannot grow this thing by myself, right? So I began to share the message with my colleagues and other people and allow them to speak. And they began to sit on the back, and then it began to grow and grow some more. Hence the Yes to Real Estate field trip was birthed and born. And I realized very quickly that people are willing to pay for some great information, right? People are willing to pay for some great information, and people are willing to pay if you're going to give them the game, right? So that turned into, hey, Dre, can you help me build? Hey, Dre, can you help me do this? So that turned into another stream of income of me mentoring people. So what's so great about our mentorship class, Rick, is this. I tell people that I'm in the business of getting fired. Say it with me. I'm in a business
of getting fired.
Of getting fired. Please explain, Dre, because nobody want to get fired. Well, if you are a mentor, you do. So our mentorship class is set up like this. You pay for mentorship, right? And then along with the mentorship, you get our connections. So you get the same plumber, the same electrician, the same HVAC, the same roofer that I use. I'm giving it to you because once you pay that fee, once you pay me my fee to learn, my whole job is to let you fly and go by yourself, right? So I have some students who say, hey, Dre, I appreciate it. Thank you. I got it from here. Cool. Then I have some students who work W-2 jobs who say, hey, look, I need some consultation. So I need for you to stay a little bit longer, right? They still have all the connections. They still have everybody that I use at the same price, but now they need some more hand holding. So that's what's great about our mentorship class is that we give you the tools that you need to go out and learn and to start your own mentorship class. So many times, Rick, we think that we can't give you the game fully because we need for you to keep coming back to the well. Well, no, I want you to have the game fully. After you didn't pay your fees, I made my money, you made your money, you have everything that you need. I do not have to keep squeezing you for more information just to make money off of you. I'm in the business of getting fired.
Hey, man, I want to thank you so much for sharing because our research has shown that there's going to be a great asset reallocation this year. There are going to be thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who inherit properties, inherit land, and some of the opportunity zones that you specialize in mentoring people as far as how to best build their investment portfolio. So as far as some of the opportunity zones in and around Houston, where have you seen that you see opportunities for people who may not necessarily be as seasoned from a real estate development perspective, but what opportunity zones in the city of Houston do you feel as if there's great opportunity for people like me and other people in our audience?
Yes. So that great question, Rick. So for opportunity zone, so if you're not seasoned and you come into this new construction game thinking you're going to figure it out by yourself, don't do it. Because you think you're going to save money and time. Actually, it's going to cost you more time and more money because people can sniff a newbie. They can tell a newbie from a mile away, okay? So that's number one. Now, the opportunity zones to where you want to start building and doing new construction is not where you think it should be. So right now, South Park, Sunnyside, all of those areas are hot. So I'm talking about 77021, 77033, 77051. In order to get a lot over there, it's going to cost you about $80,000, $90,000 for just a regular lot, right? But the duplexes are selling for $600,000, right? We have a client who's buying a lot in 77033. It's 12,000 square feet, and we're buying it for $140,000. But we're going to put 4 duplexes on there, right? So that's the hot area. The next area that you want to go to that's also hot is Fifth Ward, right? 77026, 77020. Those areas are hot, which is where we are right now. And you can see this gorgeous townhome behind us. But here's the secret sauce area that I'm about to share with the millions of people who's watching and listening now. This is the area you do not want to sleep on, which is the next hot area. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
That area is City Gas. 77028. 77028 zip code. Here's what's special about that area. There's not a lot of deed restriction in certain parts of the area, right? Now you can buy a 7,000 square foot lot and actually put a triplex on it. Well, Dre, how do you know? Because we're doing it right now. You guys didn't tune in at the right time, at the right moment today. Oh, you're getting some fresh manna of real estate from heaven today. City Gas is the next area that you want to invest in. It's right outside of the loop, but you can get a lot for a great price. And the duplexes are selling for, we just put we have a client who's building a duplex right now. And we just got the frame and sheetrock up, and we got it under contract for $560,000. And we paid $50,000 for the lot. That same lot in South Park will cost you about $100,000, right?
Yep.
So we're selling it for $560,000 and the lot for $50,000, right? So City Gas is the next hot area that you want to invest in, to where you can replat. Right? You can get a nice lot for a great price, but also your profit margin is so much greater as well.
No, man. And look, you just gave the entire audience $1 million worth of game. I hope everyone had their notes out. That's why when you tune into the Prime Real Estate Network Live, we ask you, like, share, subscribe, elbow the person in the cubicle next to you, because this is the type of information from Mr. Andre Beraud that can absolutely positively not just change your life, but the trajectory of your family's future. Now, Andre, man, and I got to ask you this, man, because that tidbit there is going to definitely flip the switch for those who have been thinking about saying yes to real estate, and really put them in a position where they have to absolutely say yes to real estate. So first thing, please share your contact information. How can those people follow you, get in contact with you, become a part of the movement, and schedule a mentorship consultation with you?
Yes, absolutely. Rick, how much more time we have left?
Oh, man, we got about 5 minutes, bro.
All right, let me share this real quick before I share my contact information, okay? This is going to set someone free this afternoon. I remember the team and I was taking professional pictures, right, with the photographer. And the photographer said, okay, Dre, you look good. You got your bow tie on. You got your suit on. You're looking sharp. Say looking sharp.
Looking sharp.
Yeah. He said, okay, Dre, now I want you to stand still and pose. Say pose.
Pose.
All right. So I'm posing, I'm standing still, and I'm smiling, right? And all I hear in the background was the camera going click, 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 click. He said, oh, Dre, you're looking good. Keep smiling. Click, 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 click. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how many more clicks until we get done, right? So he finally said, okay, Dre, we're almost there, and click. Oh, you look good. Come check this out, right? So I went behind the camera. He started showing me everything. And then I asked a profound question. I said, sir, why so many clicks? Like, why did it take so many clicks in order to get to this final stage? He said, well, Dre, I'm glad you asked. He said, well, Dre, look, what you was focused on is the assignment and the duties that I gave you. I gave you one assignment. It was to stand still and pose, right? He said, but behind the scenes, Dre, is where the magic happens. I'm changing the angles. You see that tree behind you? I had to make sure that it was green. You seen the people walking. I had to make sure they was passing by. You're looking at that one assignment I gave you, And I'm looking at the other 10 or 15 things that you can't see. And that's what a mentor is for. A mentor is there to help you guide you through the changes that you cannot see. If he was just going based on my limited expertise in taking pictures, we would not have a great product, right? But because I kept smiling and I kept looking at him, and when he said we was done, we was done. Then on Facebook and Instagram, everybody say, Dre, you look good. And I'm speaking to the millions of people right now. Pay for mentorship. Pay for leadership. Get with people who's going to educate you and edify you to help you avoid the pitfalls when it comes to new construction. You can reach me at Andre Yes to Real Estate on Instagram, Andre Yes to Real Estate on Facebook, www.yes to real estate courses online. My number is 832-524-4526. Thank you for saying yes to your destiny. You came on expecting a breakthrough and to hear something to change your life. And I'm here to tell you that your breakthrough is in showing up. Thank you for showing up this afternoon, because your life would never be the same. Thank you for saying yes to Brooks and Davis Realty, our broker that is helping change and transform yes to real estate. And thank you for saying yes to real estate. See you and the millions of people who's watching and listening. That's at the top, everyone.
Absolutely, man. Dre, appreciate it so much, man. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. You was just, like I told you, man, you was sharing almost probably $1 billion worth of game. For those in our audience, man, that would like to meet, greet, and interact with you personally, Dre, what will be the next opportunity for them to show up to a Yes to Real Estate event?
So we do have a mentorship with Garland Harris, Chris Ford, and myself. We have a mentorship class talking about the Yes to Real Estate Texas tiny homes. So you can email me, call me to be a part of that. And a big shout out to Natasha Langston with Capital Title. She has sponsored many of our events. She's sponsoring the Yes to Real Estate Field Trip event. If you're looking for a great title company, Capital Title, Natasha Langston. She is legit.
No doubt about it, man. Thank you so much, brother, man. It's an honor and a pleasure, man. This has been a long time coming. I'm sure everyone in the audience, man, is just totally at the top on 9s and 10s about today's interview. Once again, Dre, you know you got a seat with me anytime. Man, keep us on deck. Anytime I can show up, man, and be a part of what we got going, I look forward to the things we building, and I can't wait to have our events and partner with you, brother.
Yeah, hold on, Rick. Let's tell them about our event that you and I have coming up that we're getting ready to work on too.
Oh, no, thank you so much, man, for asking. This is a call to action, man. Me and Andre have been talking about how real estate development can change the entire trajectory of not only your investment career, but your family, and create generational wealth. Mr. Andre Beraud and his team, along with myself and the team at the Prime Real Estate Network, are reaching out to all those interested homeowners, all those that have ties, family, who have earned property, who have inherited property in the historic Pleasantville area, Houston, Texas. Reach out to us. Be on the lookout, because we're going to start reaching out to all those areas of Houston, Texas, where those investment opportunities are plentiful and where we can provide you with the tools to change your life. Thank you so much, Andre, in advance for partnering with us, man. And I can't wait to be part and get this thing going with Say Yes to Real Estate.
Absolutely. Thank you, legend.
Thank you so much, man. Talk to you soon, brother.
Yes, sir. Thanks, everyone.
Absolutely. Look, man, I told you, man, I was really excited about today's interview. The Prime Real Estate Network Live never fails to deliver for the audience. Man, it's the year 2025. If you are interested in buying, selling, or investing in real estate anywhere in the state of Texas, reach out to me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're checking us out live on YouTube, man, please like, subscribe, share. It helps us in the algorithm, and it provides us with the platform needed to get this type of information and education out to the masses. I want to thank Mr. Larry W. Brooks, the Texas Real Estate King. I want to thank the entire team over at the Prime Real Estate Network Live and over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. Until next Thursday here in the noon hour, please be safe and be blessed.